You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Is pharaoh still existing? As he reborn, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't. See their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 no. The poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company. Brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go on this way. So the children could see them. Suffer like this. You said that you will take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much life. Just come on this way. to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the Lord. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Oh, just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites believed. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Once we get old and gray, and the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites living there. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, we just can't go this way.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. I say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it can how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. I say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it easy. He got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me out, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover. Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-8255.
1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. And you know, as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, we originate, we don't imitate. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE. It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
Yeah. Santumanite, boy. Santumanite. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we always say we originate, we don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You may not like the truth, but that's what we do here. Take a listen.
Anselm LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our oath, such pledge to you, the people, that will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the man himself, the one and only, the young man by the name of Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Professor. How are you today?
Today's a splendiferous, marvelous, tremendous day, Tommy. I can't complain.
Don't complain.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure being here in the village with you and with our audience. Looking forward to a splendiferous evening.
Yeah. I did another 5 miles today, Tommy. The thing getting real good.
Yes,
it coming along splendiferous, man. Boy. So I did 5 miles today, 39 minutes. And, you know, it. So wait. Oh, yesterday I did a track workout. Yeah. Yesterday I did a track workout. And
well, that's great.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I'm getting to the point now, Tommy, where I could run back to back to back. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to see if I could push the needle tomorrow and maybe try for another 5 miles. I know, I ain't sure. But you know, you just have to push the needle sometimes.
Well, you can make it if you try. You know that.
Yeah. Correct is right. Yeah. So, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
April 28th.
It's fast approaching.
Yeah, it's fast approaching. Would you say this election is the mother of all elections, or in the past 15 years in Trinidad and Tobago, this is this will be an election that tells us a lot about the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
This is a point of reckoning where people will really know what Trinidad is made of.
And
Tobago, I'm not so worried about, because Tobago people are pretty firm in their resolve.
So you think the Tobago people understand what's going on?
Absolutely. Tobago people are quite different to Trinidad people.
But Tommy, why is that though? Why is that? Why people just always say that? Tobago people different than Trinidad. Why people just always say that?
Because it's the truth.
Well, I don't disagree with you, because of course, you know, I have family living in Tobago. My father is from Tobago, and I have brothers living in Tobago. So they look at things.
They're not as easily fooled.
But what makes Trinidadians so easily fooled? What is it in their psyche? Is it when they were dropping off? They were dropping us off in different parts of the Caribbean. They dropped off passive ones in Trinidad and Tobago.
I feel so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they drop off plenty jokers in Trinidad and Tobago.
Don't even the jokers.
Yeah. Is that a guy was talking about a Packers are two jokers? But Trinidad is the land of jokes.
Plenty jokes. I don't know why it is. Is it because they don't want to see certain things or they just don't care?
I think the culture have the focus off. People care more about having a good time, getting a drink, relaxing, doing nothing, having a holiday every Monday morning. I think they care much more about that than seriousness.
But Tommy, isn't that part of our culture though? That they have come to the point, Tommy, that they are so depressed by how the government treating them that they want to party more than ever now because of the way they are being treated, or is it we have always been like that?
No, but I want to know if that's going to fix the issue.
Well, I mean, if I depressed and I could go to a little party and have a great time, at least for them hours, I ain't worrying about what's going on. I ain't worrying about how depressed I am.
And what happens when you have to come back to face that specialty that nobody can run from? Reality.
I go deal with that after the 7 or 8 hours of having a good time. After I have a good time, I go back to reality.
I know.
This is just helping me with my sorrows.
Maybe somebody ought to call and let us know how they feel about this. My line's open, your line's open. Somebody call us and tell us.
Yeah. Call us and tell us if that when we look at the country, the reason why we are where we are, well, Tommy's saying that we want to fet, Tommy. We want to fet. We want to party. We want to drink. We want to have a good time. And I am saying that maybe people are under so much stress that yes, you want to party, but you want to party now, more now than ever, because of the position that the government have put you in.
Yeah, but that's not gonna fix this stressful situation.
Well, it go fix it for the time.
It wouldn't fix it. They just earn it.
All right, let me take this call. Brooklyn, welcome.
Good night to you, Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night to you.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Wall Street, the reason why Trinidadians is like that is because Trinidadians have never stand up and fight for nothing.
No, but wait. But Brooklyn, they had the Black Power movement where them fellas stand up and fight.
Okay, I know you wanna go there, but 1970, although they came out, they came out, but in the end they still went back and leave PNM. They did not vote for MJAC. So that does not count when you're talking to me. Because people came out and fight. And what the PNM did is the same really using today Wall Street. The PNM come now and put a little, according to Maestro, a little fella to work in the factories and industries and in the bank, right? And then the people, okay, well, PNM changed. That changed. That's like what they do today with Stuart Young. They come up with Stuart Young and Stuart Young comes to say that he's going to make the world happen when he was last 10 years. It's the same techniques. So from 1970, when the people come out, in the end of it, when they're supposed to make the fight, but they didn't win the William Jack would have been in government in Trinidad and Tobago, and that didn't happen. So don't mind we had the uprising because, we couldn't take it no more. Something like that coming again. If the PNM election Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, viewers and listeners, it will be worse than 1970. The only difference is plenty guns on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago, and a lot of people will be murdered and killed. You know what I'm telling you? A lot will be killed on the street in Trinidad and Tobago because it's a different time now. You understand? And when the PNM leave the country sucking dry, I'm going to make sure I say sucking, because I don't want people to feel with my little accent, a cussing here, right? They're leaving it, they're sucking the blood of the country, right? And they leave nothing else. And the people, the poor people back against the wall. And there is nowhere, no more room to be going back. The only thing the poor people can do is push forward. And the push forward wouldn't be nice for none of us. As much as we talking here, it wouldn't be nice. So I am telling you, my belief is the UNC will win this election in a better and a bigger way than the win in 2010. If the people of Trinidad, I ain't saying Tobago, if the people of Trinidad stand up for once in their history, since they didn't even fight for independence, independence was given to them because the William promised the Queen and them that he will have good slaves. They understand they would be brainwashed forever, and they use religion to a big part in that brainwashing. That's why people believe if they didn't vote for PNM, they didn't believe in Jesus. Or you understand what's going on in Trinidad or what? Religion is playing a dangerous role in, because the religion tell you don't vote for the Indian because the Indians worshiping idols, and the people because of their religion they believe that PNM is the only hope. This is what's taking place, and we the children dying, and they're telling you Jesus going to make it right, and all this nonsense. So again, more shit as I go in Trinidad. Only when the people back reach against the wall, where there is no more back step to back step, and the step forward stepping, the little one or two who have money go run, and you see what happened in Haiti? But we have more guns on Haiti in Trinidad and Tobago. But Trinidad, we have more guns now. Because every house probably has 2 or 3 guns in them places. Every day people getting bullets. So again, Washington Uncle Tommy, this is what I'm seeing. What's happening if the PNM win? The rich gonna pack up and go like Venezuela, and the poor. When we're supposed to stand up now and make a change, because when UNC win, everybody win. I'm sorry for them. All right?
Yeah, man.
Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. Let me go to the chat real quick. So Brooklyn says,
The intellectual was first.
huh?
I said first in the dance was Mr. Intellectual.
Yeah, Mr. Intellectual was first. Blessed evening, pro Uncle T and all villagers. Hope you all had a blessed and productive day filled with all God's richest blessing. Pipe dreams for all you. You still have to wait until 2027 to get something. I guess if you wait 10 years, 2 more will make a difference. Even if it takes a little longer, it coming. Uncle T, you ever heard of the saying, beggars are not choosers? Equals are invited, not summoned. Have shared values, not dedicated to. Okay. Rennie Mohammed, welcome. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Love in the house. Respect to the panel, Mr. Walls, Mr. Tommy. Nice to be in the house. Nice to be in the land of the living. No special time to do some giving. Do some good today. Do good so good will come your way. Whether blood or friend, love and be loved till the very end.
Okay.
Yeah. Full Song says, good evening. Walls, Uncle Tommy, Brother Hanif and Rennie. Good evening to those yet to come and those who ain't coming. Oh, God. Mean Jean say, good afternoon, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Hope you have a great show this evening. As far as we're concerned, we just always have great shows. Gordon Maloney said, good evening to the village, and I hope that you're all better and good, because with God, all things are possible. I thank God that I can a new birthday for 63rd time, and thanks to God I'm better off. Happy birthday, man. Today's your birthday?
Happy birthday, Gordon.
Happy 63rd birthday, man. Happy 63rd birthday. All
Yeah,
wrong
Peter.
today. All wrong today than I was last year this time. Okay. Jason Nesbitt, welcome. Good night, Uncle Tommy on Wall Street.
Good night, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. I guess you can't expose anything about the PNM. When you do that, you get death threat. Tell me, Mark Basan get death threat. We go play that for you.
Mm.
You got death threat. You know what I'm saying, boy? Margaret, welcome. Margaret said Tobagonians are humble. Trinis are too prideful. Okay. PNM Fox say if Tobagonians are not easily fooled, what watching you can folly did to Tobagonians? They wake them up. That is what they do.
Yep.
They wake them up. That's exactly what they do, PNM Fox. Thanks. You see, every once in a while, PNM Fox just put a good comment on every once in a while. Yeah, they wake them up. Folly and Duke wake them up. They needed an awakening and they wake them up, boy. Way. Haiti first, Jamaica after if Grenada, and then Trinidad. Yeah, he gone Guyana too. I hope he talking about Marco Rubio. He gone Guyana. Marco Rubio gone Guyana too, Tommy?
Yeah, I saw him in Guyana today.
Yeah, in Guyana. Only one he come in Trinidad, boy.
Well, he went Jamaica first.
Yeah, he went Jamaica. He come in Trinidad, right?
I know about that part.
No, I hear to say he flying over. He flying over.
So you'll be in the airspace.
Yeah. He coming. They're flying over Trinidad. They're
You're
gonna
gonna be in the airs where?
Yeah. They're going and flew past Trinidad. Flew. They're going and flew past Trinidad. Flew. Yeah. KFC, wait is. KFC.
Hi.
You inside?
Good night, Mr. What's your Uncle Tommy, man?
What's happening, man?
Hey, KFC.
Oh, no, UNC family, man.
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Worship.
Yeah.
Pass it Trinidad straight.
No, he flew in over Trinidad. he gone flew.
Yeah, you see the two blackest man Tuesday night watching the football? One of the powerful black man right now.
No, I didn't see that. Who was that?
That man behind it.
Oh, he was in the football too?
That was, yeah, the two blackest man.
Wait. Is that the first football game he must gone in the last 20 years?
Yeah. You see Rolly drinking, he jump up on a goal score, you know?
Eh?
He fall along the stands, all kind of thing.
Wait, I didn't see that, boy.
What's the high?
You had the video?
I said on social media, they have a screenshot of that thing I was trying to say.
Yeah. Screenshot it and send it for me.
Was like the queen of talk. She returned, she walked it. And the two contract, you know?
What they do?
The two contract.
Nah, KFC.
I said, yeah.
KFC.
That's why I was saying.
Eh?
Yeah, I said, yeah.
Nah, KFC, I gonna call she no. Hang up, I gonna call she no.
That's it, but the contract, yeah.
All right. Tommy, you believe that? Nah.
Call her.
Let me call her. Nah. Let me see if she go pick up the phone. Nah, KFC. KFC, you see what I don't like, Tommy? I don't like when people come and spread them kind of rumors, eh? I ain't like that.
Propaganda.
Eh? I ain't like that kind of PNM propaganda. KFC spreading PNM propaganda. It's propaganda PNM. Oh, look, somebody sent me a video there. Hold on. Oh boy, look, somebody sent me the picture already. Yes, hold on. Hold on there, boy. Hold on. Wait, this. Nah, not that one. Let me see. It's on Instagram. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Oh, I just see it there. All right. I gotta do it and see if I could put it up. Tommy, 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 Tommy.
Yes.
Let me ask you a
Yes.
simple question.
Go
Answer
ahead.
simple. Why Prime Minister Young trying to puppy show black people? Why?
Because you know you can get away with it.
When is the last time Prime Minister Young went to a football game? Please, Olia, please. I want to know when is the last time Prime Minister Young went to a football game? When the Soca Warriors was playing? When? When was the last time? I want to hear from PNM Fox. Gordon Joseph is a referee, so I'm sure he was saying on the bench when the Soca Warriors was playing. He was on the bench. He was the bench referee. You know there's a bench referee too, Tommy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Tommy, let me
Hey,
take this
listen.
call. Let me just take this call off here. Let me take this call off here.
Okay. Hey, this is WZYE. Share it live. WZYE TV. Share it live. And we can be reached at 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. Both phones are working, so you can call either line.
Okay, Tommy, thank you. I'm going to put on the caller. Caller, welcome. How are you?
Yes, hi, good night.
So,
just wanted to say I agree with your last caller.
what?
Trinidad needs some revolutionary minds like Stokely Carmichael.
Okay.
Because the people just lying, just waiting for a savior. No savior coming to save you. Stop waiting for a savior to come and save you. You gotta save yourself.
Well,
we need some Stokely Carmichaels.
Well, PNM is the savior. Them consider PNM to be the savior.
Well, that has been the problem with PNM from Jump Street. People don't like hearing it. Eric Williams make his pack with England, and then yes, you'll have some good slaves. Teach them to read and write. Don't teach them about a university. You reach secondary school, you made it.
Wow.
You know, but some Stokely Carmichaels will do us fine.
You think they're ready for that? You think they're ready for that? For that?
But you see again, the people not educated, they don't know history. And when you come with a certain kind of information to them, foreign, they can't understand you. It's another story. But the people need to be educated because they keep repeating the same history over and over.
But
when they don't know history,
but Colin, let me ask you.
Keep repeating it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why do black people in Laventille and environs continue to vote for the PNM and they are the bottom of the socio-economic ladder? Why do you think?
Well, again, lack of education. You're guided to go one way. You're trained to think one way. You didn't train to be objective. You didn't train to question what you were being taught. That is why I'm telling you, history. You need to be taught history. Stop waiting for somebody to come and save you and save yourself. Stop liking everybody else but yourself.
Correct is right,
like
you know.
People, yeah. People in Laventille and then they like everybody else but themselves. So, you know, the guy was right, but you need some Stokely Carmichaels.
Thank you so much. All right.
Revolutionary, teach your history. Once you learn history, you know, you're on the right path. Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
I'd also take that call off here because that young lady, she from Picton Laventille.
Okay.
from Lavantil. Conscious too bad. Conscious.
Yeah, she hit him the proverbial nail on the head.
Yeah, she very, yeah, she very conscious too bad. Conscious staff fault, yeah. But them people, them PNM people and them can't deal with she, you know.
You
Because
see,
you know the first thing they will say, she's at UNC and she know UNC, yeah. That's the
but
first thing.
we can clearly see that lack of political maturity is what is hurting the people of Trinidad. The lack of political maturity. Everybody just stuck in one vein, and they're so gullible to propaganda. Everybody repeats the same line of propaganda, whether it's true or false. They don't even vet it to see if it's true or it's false. They just keep repeating whatever they're programmed, and they don't realize that programming is the order of the day, and then programming input, process, output, garbage in, garbage out.
It's like in accounting 5-4 and LIFO. First in, first out. Last in, first out.
Right.
Oh God. You know, Tommy, it's interesting, eh? You know, another person, oh God, I didn't see that one. They made the wrong thing there, but hold on, eh? I'm trying to download that video there. I go download it during the break. Another person, another friend of us from Queens. Where she was, boy? She was in the train station or something. And she hear a person listening to our program to me. You know? And she called my wife and tell her. I said, well, why you didn't ask? You didn't talk to the person? It was on the train station. You know? I think it was in the train station. My wife could text me and let me know. Yeah, and he listening to in the village or Sunday talk, boy. But the caller is a very valid point. You think we ready for any Stokey Michaels in Trinidad, Tommy? Why?
Up till now, we still ain't ready.
Them go run them black PNM people. They go run Stokey Michael, boy. What?
Because look, when you think about somebody like Brother David Muhammad, he should have a greater voice.
Nah. Them don't hear you. Them don't hear you. You mad or hear you for what? He's a PNM. If he was a PNM, they would have want to hear him. But he's not a PNM. Them are
he's a Trinbagonian. That's what he is, and he stands on that.
You really said that, Tommy? You really said it?
Because that's what we need our locals to become citizens, not PNM, not UNC, not nothing, just citizens. And if they're citizens, they'll think right.
No, but we had to think, Tommy. We had to think about who is best at certain points in time to run the country.
Absolutely.
We have given the PNM 10 years to run the country, and they run it into the ground. They run it into the ground. When we was telling them about diversification, the former prime minister get up on a podium and make fun about diversification. Like if it's a joke, he make a joke out of it, right? And you see the position that we are in today, right? We are in dire straits. Just imagine Rubio right there in Jamaica, right there in Ghana, and he ain't coming to Trinidad and Tobago, boy. Eh?
The capital of the Caribbean.
He in the Caribbean.
And the capital of the Caribbean he ain't coming to.
Right. We are supposed to be the capital of the Caribbean. Any big dignitary coming to the Caribbean, they had to stop in Trinidad. The fella flew in past. He flew in past Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, Brooklyn.
One shit. I don't get again. I don't think you go fly past, man. You remember we have a nice first class top of the line airport in Tobago. You might want to land there to use the bathroom.
No. You can't land there yet. You can't come through that place yet. You can't. Don't try that. Yeah. But yeah, there's Brooklyn. I just say that. Check this out, right? So yesterday in my class, the kids are to make global presentation, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
And our presentation is to start a scholarship foundation in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And to start an academy in Tobago. So one of the kids tell me that, they say, well, he's speaking, right? And he said, they're opening a new airport in A&R Robinson Airport in Tobago. So I asked him, when they were finished, and I was question him, asked him, you sure they open a Tobago in airport, A&R Robinson Airport in Tobago? He said, Professor, yes, I sure. Right? So after class was finished, one young lady in the group sent me something and said, Professor, yes, they did open a new airport. And then I sent her the facts to show her that there was a practical opening and it wasn't going to be open till April or sometime in July. And then she did some fact checking again. And she said, you know something? I think I was talking about Piarco Airport. Well, I mean, Piarco Airport didn't open. Piarco Airport is open a long time. But that just to show you that.
Yeah.
So the fact, Brooklyn, is that, think about this way. Brooklyn, we are Trinidad and Tobago. We are supposed to be the breadbasket of the Caribbean, correct?
Correct.
How come a dignitary like Rubio coming and he not coming to Trinidad and Tobago? Listen, that is a signal because of the dealings with Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago.
When you have to watch it, I can tell you something. As I said before, only just ask a serious question. Why the people don't stand up with David Mohammed? Again, Warshit and Tommy, because of religion, David Mohammed is a Muslim. So because David Mohammed is a Muslim, because of religion, Warshit, the PNM have run the country for over 56 years. I want you to tell me any country in the world that is run by Christianity, they should treat the people right. The Vatican is the biggest place of Christianity, and out of the walls of the Vatican is poverty, and the Vatican have everything inside of the walls. You name one. I put in anybody on this program on a test. The Muslims don't treat the people good every way. Rules and to do this, yes, and maybe we have to do that in Trinidad so we can have a better country. Maybe the rules have to get stricter because we under this thing that, you know, we believe the people vote for PNM because of, you know, every time PNM have any presentation, anything, they have a bunch of priests and pastors like Google lying to the people, brainwashing the people.
Correct.
I feel Google is a pastor, and every for the last 15 years, he only radio lying. Lying to poor people. Making them think that the promise of materialize someday. How much of them dead? I had one who used to call and cost me from Middle Carnage. He dead the other day. I want to show you where he was living because the family fighting for the land. A galvanized house. In 2022 or so, or 2023, he passed away. He was living in a galvanized shed. And he calling people and costing them every day for the PNM. Mm-hmm. He don't know nothing. He live all his life and die an old man and don't know nothing good about what life has to offer. People don't know what life really has to offer under the PNM because you come up with services that come in 2010 to 2015 and show them a brighter life. And the test it was fake, it wasn't real. She said she built 100 schools, or she built and repair schools, whether she built or repair or whatever, she work on schools. The PNM come in 10 years. Since I'm picking Lee Street and all those schools, there's schools that have a vine going on it. So we try to compare. But I think it's because of religion. They feel, let me tell you something, they feel if they vote for the UNC, they wouldn't go to church Sunday and feel good. But we in a time of technology and they them watch it, Uncle Tommy. Everybody believes you have most respect for it. Because when you tell me about idol, and the same Bible tells you, do not make no image of a God, and you go to a church and you go and kiss your foot and statue and all the nonsense. I not the same thing? Eh? That not the same thing? The two wicked and bad right under Christianity is sufferation, poverty, and murder. I see it all the time, like the dark ages. It's still happening. And I would be anything else but a Christian because that's how PNM people so stupid. I gone.
All right, yeah, man. For me, I just get something in my inbox there. So, folks, after the top of the hour, all you all definitely want to hear this, eh? All right, we go get it after the top of the hour. We go get it. Let me see. I have a voice note here. Where's this voice note here? Let me see this voice note.
Thanks for the greetings. Yeah, the birthday was yesterday. But I get here the PNM caller saying, and you know, a lot of times they respond to the things that you say. I could hear them saying that, well, there's a first time and everything, so maybe he ain't go, and this is the first time he going. Anything wrong with that?
Hey, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
I think it's the first time probably she went to watch football. I don't know.
But let me ask you a question. Gordon, let me ask you a question.
First time in Brazil, she went to watch football. Brazil gets seven. Brazil is my international team, my outside team.
Gordon, can I ask you a question?
7. And if the man went here and watched football and we defeat aside 4-0, then tell me something now.
Gordon.
Tell me something.
Gordon.
So I could tell the PNN people.
Are you hearing me?
Let the Jamaicans and then hear you saying that.
That is a voice note. Sorry.
Don't let the Jamaicans and then hear you saying that Trinidad is the capital of the Caribbean. Huh? Remember the Confederation? Or what should have been? Think again.
You know, I forget I a voice note, you know. Tommy.
Wow.
Tommy, did you hear that fella? Eh?
That's an example of what we had to deal with in Trinidad.
Tommy, let me give him a better argument. You know what he could have come and said? He could have come and stated, well, you know, the man is now the prime minister and he had to support the teams of Trinidad and Tobago. I could go with that, Tommy. You understand?
Yep.
But you hear his argument? Boy, I'm sorry for you, boy. I'm sorry. Anyway, just Roger says, good evening, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Why you think Rhoda Barrett made that video? She wanted PNM to give her money to keep her quiet, just like Nicole Oliveri. What is the money story with Nicole Oliveri? This is like the second time I hear something like that. You know? Listen to Mr. Rima. You have 2 minutes before the top of the hour. Go ahead.
I'll call back.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Rima says, listen to Mr. Rima. You know, Mr. Rima had to be a PNM. Listen to she. Tobagonians voted out the PNM for the elections. But for general elections, they will vote in the PNM. Mr. Rima, welcome. How are you? Margaret says, I agree with Brooklyn. Trinis don't actually fight because the first thing they think about is the consequences to themselves. In other words, they're afraid to die. You know, Margaret, that ain't no joke, you know. Margaret, you preach there, you know, Tommy. She preach, you know.
Yep.
Trini don't know how to fight, you know, real consequences. But Margaret, you preach. Folks, we're going to take that break. Let me read this last. Yeah. Tobagonians don't want the PNM to control the THA. There's a difference. Okay. Folks, we're going to take that break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshid, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this show.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
before you go, before you, I wanna fly. You began in the Senate of opposition and waited your turn. With Manning as your PM giving directions, you studied and you paid attention to Robbie Pandekala. Also there, all their mistakes. So there is not one excuse that you can make, none that we can take, cause we give you a turn to ride with the PM1 motor car. You change the whole interior with propaganda, it's smelling strong sour. We give you 2 turns as PM of this nation, so now it's my real obligation to give you a turn before your resignation. Remember, it's we who call Eric Duffy, we call Chambers Duncy is your. It's we who beat Robbie like a Bobali. So if we say you are a bully, don't take it personally. Go tell your friends and your family, it comes when the duty is yours. Well, do not believe that we are afraid to call a dog. Your ass or a spade. We will temper you like a show, Dr. Rowe. Before you go, before you back and run away. I wonder what ready, and then we have to say, before you go, before you think you tell the world you go lock Callahan up. Once you get the vote. You say the buck is going to stop and the TV top when you took your oath. The airport scandal, section 24, email gate. Like a raging bull, you declared war and we took the bait. But since you get your turn, nobody in jail for corruption. Since you get your turn, no members of the opposition in prison. Since you get 2 turns, you promise to set things right. White collar crime you vow to fight, but is a set apart with no bite. Remember, it's we who call pan the racist, we even call him rapist. Say him a fuck set up in jail till he come out looking real. So if we say your government represents 51%, where the rich get richer, the poor man in the gutter. When you don't believe your powers gonna override the power of this country. The ancestors were not allowed, Dr. Rowe. Sing it, fire. So much unemployment, you raise your flag. I remember the CC's Patrick, one named Rock. He Rottweiler, because every car that pass around the corner, you run down the tire. Political battles again away. You stood up and fought. And when they came with this slander, and there you say, you took them to court. So we gave you a turn to guard, protect, defend the treasury. We give you a turn to secure the national security. We gave you 2 turns to be the mastermind. Reduce violence and crime. But murder's at the highest of all time. Remember, it's we who call Manning Trucker. We say he's a piper. Also, we keep our toes like a louse, kicking Bombali's house. So if we say you are a puppet, you're lying in your butt pocket. And with your shining bald head, the dread and the anti-dread. Well, do not believe because you brought man down. You couldn't do the same to this guy. And then for the other go. Go down. Say before you go. Before you back and run away. Well, watch your behavior. Just as Patrick said. Before you go. Before you think you get away. After 45 years of public service, you deserve arrest. So you're anointed as you're not too young to try it. The mess. You'll be hearing that your supporters have it real problems. Nation, they voted for a friendly base to say that they say you're failing your turn to diversify the economy. You're failing your turn to create a real creative industry. You're failing your turn to be a superstar. Legalize marijuana and make Fitzgerald the line minister. Remember, it's me who called Kamala Trump. She's smoking marijuana. When you say what's that? You talk about she cat. No! So if she talk about your father, do you think that you slaughter? What? Oops, did I mention his $1 million pension? Well, do not believe you invincible, or that the youngster is really capable. And we hope that you don't get vexed, but youngster, your turn next. Before you go, before you back and run away. Before you try to don't care what the toilet people say. Before you go, before you think to get away. I want to fly. Santa, we love you. The Black Starlet sent me tonight. The spirit of Black.
B&M, your days are numbered. UNC will take over. Trinidad and Tobago, yellow is the code. B&M, them in too much bacchanal. Them say B&M sleeping with the criminals. When B&M in power, the crime rate goes up higher. B&M breaks the country every time. When B&M in power, them don't care about them character. B&M bankrupt the country every time. Them say B&M must go far, far away. Never to come back until judgment day. B&M who breaks the country every time. B&M, them in too much confusion. Them say B&M blocking up for governance. When B&M in power, more taxes is the order. B&M breaks the country every time. When B&M in power, it's for the rich to get richer. B&M bankrupt the country every time. Them say B&M must go far, far away. Never to come back until judgment day. B&M who breaks the country every time. B&M, them in too much corruption. Them say UNC is the only solution. When the PP was in power, the country started to prosper. B&M come break the country every time. When B&M in power, love until continues to suffer. B&M bankrupt the country every time. Them say B&M must go far, far away. Never will come back until judgment day. B&M who breaks the country every time. real bad mind. Them say PNM breaks the country every time. When PNM in power, criminals they are point all over. PNM breaks the country every time. But when Pamela come in power, all corruption will uncover. UNC will make our lives live better. Them say they must go far away. Never will come back until judgment day. PNM who breaks the country every time. Diminished with this wicked PNM, bad-minded and spiteful PNM government. Your days are numbered. Yellow is the code. Trinidad and Tobago, yellow is the code. Vote UNC for a better TNT.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Of course, folks, don't forget Share the Live, Share the Live, Share the Live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, WZYE TV on YouTube. Subscribe. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
My line working 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509.
Tommy back in action. His line is working. That's what you say, line working. What is this? Okay, that's it. Tommy, let me play this video real quick here. Dane Khan, thank you for sending me this video. Take a look at this. Now, Tommy, if the referee was sitting on the bench, Gordon Joseph, had come in and said, as the prime minister, he had to go to the game, you don't think that's a good excuse, Tommy?
Exactly.
That's a valid excuse. You see, and that is why them fellas and them don't think. He don't think. He ain't thinking. Right? You know, it is sad, Tommy. It's the PNM miseducation, eh? The PNM miseducation.
You gotta realize something, you know. It's only when you leave the forest you see the trees, you know. I always say, and when I was educated in Trinidad, I was taught to cram and regurgitate, not to be a critical thinker.
Cram and regurgitate.
Yep.
You know, someone sent me some. Oh, here it is. I want to read. So they didn't teach you how to think. They teach you how to memorize things, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, we started to memorize the 1 to 12 timetables, Tommy. You remember that?
It's everything we had to memorize. I thought about it. I say we weren't given critical thinking skills. We were given the skills that we developed was our memory.
Just to memorize it.
Yeah.
That is it. So Tommy, I want to read this. This is breaking news here. You know what? I'm gonna read it from my laptop. I'm gonna read it from here. I'm gonna read it from here because let me see if I can read it from here. I don't put it close here. Oh no, I don't want to do that because it's too small on my phone. So folks, somebody sent me this, right? This is a letter from on the letterhead of Point Lisas, right? But you know, Tommy, let me check something. All right, we go take the chance. Somebody send me this letter, and I think the person go send me no kind of fake letter, right? So it's on Point Lisas Industrial Port Development Corporation Limited letterhead, dated March 12th, 2025, to Mr. Curtis Denny from Mrs. Annette Wati, chairman of Plipdeco. Plipdeco. Date 21st of March 2025. Subject: strategic project execution prior to general election, urgent directive. You know, Tommy, I don't know, you know. It says March 12th date at the top, but then the date is 21st of March 2025. I understand that.
Yeah, that's too much of a discrepancy.
Yeah. You know
So
what?
so it's 2 dates, 2 different
Yeah.
dates.
Yeah. They have March 12th at the top, and then two from date and subject, March 21st.
That's the subject.
Yeah. Two, Mr. Curtis Denny from Mrs. Annette Wati, chairman, Plipdeco, date 21st of March 2025.
Let's explore it anyway.
Exploit anyway? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is the letter, right? The subject is strategic project execution prior to general election, urgent directive. Dear Mr. Denny, I am writing to underscore the urgent and non-negotiable priority of executing and showcasing key Plipdeco initiatives in the lead up to the upcoming general election on the 20th of April 2025. The current administration must be seen as driving tangible, visible development that directly supports national economic advancement. As such, the following project must be delivered, launched, or actively showcased before the election date with no delay and no restriction on financial outlay. 1. Simulator room opening. This initiative must be operational and publicly unveiled as a demonstration of technological investment in our workforce. Second bullet, full media visibility is required. 2. Mobile scanner project. Accelerate all processes. This is a critical national security trade facilitation symbol. Second bullet, public messaging must tie this directly to the government-led modernization. 3. Canteen projects. There are 2 bullets. Complete and open the facility without delay. This is a worker-focused initiative that must be seen as delivering value to our people. Second bullet, the optics here are essential. Position this as a worker welfare priority from the P&M. 4. RTG, rubber-tired gantry crane project. 2 bullets. Any milestone, arrival, assembly, or commissioning must be made visible. Second bullet. This is a flagship infrastructure investment that speaks directly to the capacity expansion and port modernization. Okay? So this is closing. Spend what is necessary, push through the bureaucracy, get the job done, The PNM must be highly visible through these actions. The public must be made aware that these initiatives are driven by this administration and directly contribute to the economy. Coordinate with VP of Business Services and Purchasing Manager and other relevant departments to ensure alignment and delivery. Weekly updates are expected. Excuses will not be terminated. Sincerely, signed by Annette Watty, Chairman. So, folks, that's what it is. It's a letter. We took our chance and read it. So maybe somebody else received a copy, but somehow it ended up in my
inbox.
In my inbox, right? You know.
You sure that's not another email gate?
Oh yeah, I know now. I really know. Okay. Right? But I want to play our first video here. I want to play this video. Tommy, you know, Senior Superintendent Roger Alexander has resigned from the
TTPS.
TTPS, right? And there's been rumors. You know what? Let me see if you go pick up his phone. I think he. Let me see something.
Give him a shot.
I'm gonna give him a shot. Because he gained all kind of calls now, Roger. Here we go. So, folks, we're trying to reach
Inspector Alexander.
Don't it actually ringing, you know? It ringing, you know? It ain't calling, it ringing. No answer. So take a listen to this, folks.
Puna, candidate Senior Superintendent Roger Alexander, who was last assigned to the anti-extortion unit, has resigned from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and has been tipped as the United National Congress's prospective candidate for Tunapuna. Social media was abuzz yesterday afternoon after a post began circulating that Alexander had resigned with immediate effect in order to contest the Tunapuna constituency for the UNC. Shortly after the news broke, a senior police officer confirmed Alexander had resigned, with the officer only saying affirmative when asked if there was any truth to his resignation. Up to late yesterday evening, calls and messages to UNC political leader Kamla Persad-Bisesar went unanswered. Alexander, who hosted the TTPS Beyond the Tape Crime Show, was ordered not to appear on the program from February 2024. A month before that directive, he was sent on 2-year vacation leave. That move generated criticism given TNT's crime situation. However, he returned and was stationed at the anti-extortion unit. Alexander had shot into the limelight when he began appearing on Crime Watch with Ian Allain. Alexander did not answer repeated calls yesterday on the matter. When contacted for an update on Alexander's rumored police-to-politics transition, UNC chairman and member of its selection committee, Devendranath Tanku, said he could not confirm that. Well, you're seeing it and I'm seeing it as well, but that's not how candidates are selected, Tanku said. Asked if Alexander was someone being considered, Tanku said, I have no further comment to make on it, my friend. The only time a candidate is announced is when the leader has announced the candidate, but that has not happened with regards to the Tunapuna seat. On Monday, the UNC and its coalition of interests announced 22 prospective candidates for the April 28th general election. This means there are 16 more available prospective candidates. Nomination day is next Friday, and all candidates must submit their papers if their names are to be on the ballot. The UNC's 2020 candidate for the Tunapuna seat, David Nakid, said he could not say who was selected. I have no idea. I have no idea who was screened. I know I screened, but I have no idea who else was screened, to be honest. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to those things. I am busy about my work to make the East-West corridor a better place for my people. So I don't know. All those details, you'll have to ask the NATEX, National Executive. Asked if he saw Alexander during the February 17th screening for Tunapuna seat, Nakid said he did not notice the other prospective candidates. To be honest, I don't know who was around. They said 5 people screened. If you ask me, Jensen, who was the other 4 people besides myself, I couldn't tell you. Only time a candidate is announced is when the leader has announced the candidate, but that has not happened with regards to the Tunapuna seat. Guardian Media also reached out to the incumbent MP and the People's National Movement's prospective candidate, Esmond Ford, for a comment, but calls and messages went unanswered. A post, believed to be that of Health Minister and prospective candidate for St. Joseph, Terence Dayal Singh, questioned the UNC's decision in selecting Alexander. The post read, "Has the UNC resorted to persons with a questionable background for candidates? Is this the change they speak about? When UNC loses, everyone wins." Alexander is not the first police officer to show an interest in moving from a police station to Parliament. In lead up to the 2020 general election, then Inspector Michael Seals retired and successfully screened for the Couva North seat with the PNM. While he was not successful in the polls, Seals was appointed as the chairman of the board of directors of the Trinidad and Tobago Postal Corporation. Ahead of the 2019 local government election, former Calypso monarch and police officer Dwayne O'Connor was selected by the PNM to contest the St. Anne's River South, Sealots area. The selection was later revoked and he was suspended from the TTPS for partisanship and not declaring his political intentions.
So there you have it, folks. There you have it. Roger Alexander Way. He seemed to be want to get into politics. Now, let me go back to the chat. So, folks, you see, caller, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening for those who would have joined in late.
Yeah.
How are you all doing?
We are excellent.
Yeah. Well, as I expressed earlier, I am very, very thankful to God. That is 6.5, 63. And because of his grace and mercy, like the box bunny, I just keep going. The son and them wondering, how, daddy, how? I did challenge them and I tell them, I said, it will take a long while before any one of the 3 of you could beat me in a race. One tell me today, oh, daddy, that is all right. I will allow you to win out of respect. I find that was disrespectful. Come out in the savannah and let me do it. Anyhow, I don't want to say surprising, man, but you're disappointing me, man. I'm looking for you to be bigger than that because remember we're on the home stretch, you know. We are on the home stretch. That somebody going to have a football game, you're making that part of your program. That topic when the man jump up and supporting his team. He support the other team as happened here with cricket and West Indies. And I don't want to go into that. But he's supporting his team. And that's an issue, boy. If he go to football and it's first time he going, so what? Everything does have most things have a first time in it nationally or internationally. You understand? Nationally or internationally, it always have a first time. Oh gosh, man. Mr. Pandey, I saw him at football when he was the PM. Dr. Rowley, I saw him at football when he was the PM. I can't say that I saw Mrs. Bissessa at football when she was the PM. I can't say that. I'm not saying she didn't go.
Caller, can I ask you a question?
All right, I can't finish my point, but go ahead, ask
No,
your question.
all right, finish your point.
Because it's important to you. No, go ahead, ask your question.
No, finish your point.
Yeah, right. So I'm saying that, you know what I mean? You have to be careful when you're dealing with these things because remember, we are in a society of we versus them syndrome. And that is not helping us at all. It's not helping us. PNM, UNC. It has some fringles on the sides, you understand? But they don't have the kind of relevance as the PNM and the UNC, because the only two parties who really run the country would have been these two. I'm not talking about NAR and these people who come out of PNM or come out of UNC. Yeah? That's a question, sir.
Have you ever seen Stuart Young at any football game in the past? Whether it's primary school. I'm just asking if you have seen him. Primary school.
I haven't seen him. I have not gone to all the football games either, but I have not seen him.
Okay. All right.
I have not seen him. And I think somebody might ask, has he been prime minister before, or is this the first time? So the answer is out there, right? So in everything there's a first time. You understand? The first time I listen to you, I find this man spent this for us, that's for this for us, and that, and nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Them things sound real good. And when I really start to listen to the program and everything, you're hitting, but you're not using the bat. You're hitting, but you're not using the bat. And that had my little piece fused for a while. You understand? And then after people start to ask the question, and you jump in, you're saying, do you support UNC? Anybody except the PNM. But are you a supporter? Anybody, and you wouldn't come out and say, it's Aisha, and I always commend Aisha for that. Aisha's supposed to get some kind of grandpa or Grammy award. You understand? She's the one who gets you to come out and say, yes, I support the UNC. And from that, the whole table turned. Anyhow, I'm listening.
Thank you.
God, man.
Thank you. Mr. Florida, welcome. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hello, good night.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Mr. Anson.
Good night, good night.
Good night, all the callers, all the texters, everybody on the line. Happy to see everybody here on a Tuesday, through the grace of God. Well, Mr. Anson, you just make a simple point there that you never see Stuart Young in a football game. And you see how them PNM supporters are reacting? Make it a big deal.
But listen, and Mr. Florida, what I am stating is facts. The man have, listen, I'm just asking, I have never seen Stuart Young. I never even seen him at cricket. I never see him at cricket. I never even see him at hockey. Swimming. Even swimming. They are lacrosse in Trinidad. Lacrosse? Not even lacrosse. They are that in Trinidad. And all of a sudden, right? You're hot and sweaty and defend him with your critical thinking skills now. Right? Defend him and say the reason why he's there is because he's the prime minister. I could go with that. I could go with that. But you come with some foolishology and stupidology and dotishology. That's why I'm saying on the bench as a referee, no? Go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Yeah. No, but you see, you think about it, Mr. Anselm. We could read between the lines. Before, he didn't really care because he was the Minister of National Security, then he was the Minister of Energy. Now he's the Prime Minister. So he's trying to look appealing to the public.
Correct.
Here.
Yep.
Right? And we could see between the lines between that. But how Gordon Joseph defending that? All Gordon Joseph want to see is that, well, he's the Prime Minister now, so I guess he had to think differently and move differently.
Correct.
So,
and I can understand that. I could understand that. That is critical thinking skills. But it seemed like if you don't even have none any pinky toe. Or you have a pinky toe?
That is it. You see, this is all we do. We like to attack on social media and on phone calls. But when it's time to come out, to stand up, they won't stand up. You see, the PNM, I wouldn't call UNC because PNM wasn't powerful on this. The reason why, back in the 70s when they had the Black Power movement, was different because they didn't have too much distractions like now. You see, when the money in the treasury was, they say, some glitch or whatever. They bring distractions, and then they know the timing when to bring something. They bring with that. Then it's carnival. Then after carnival is great race, and then from great race they go have some concert, and when they have, and they will distract the population. And you see, we think about it. We don't have any role models who stand up for people's rights in Trinidad to say that we could copy. Back in the 70s when they had Malcolm X and they had Martin Luther King, and the people used to see, people used to listen to the radio, people used to understand who had on television and stuff. You saw look at it, and they know that in order for we to get something done, we have to be as one, as a unit. But you see, division, and that is the number one rule. They divide us already, and to get rid of this division is very hard. The new generation wouldn't be like that, but now with this new generation, there's so many social media and so many distractions out there that they're not focused. And this is where we have to start to implement. You see, I always just see in secondary school, there's certain skills that you could program the kids on them with, like certain activities. All right, how would you go about if no water in the school? All right, come together as an organization and we see if we could stand up and protest outside the school as students in an organized fashion and get to know ways our rights. Start to teach children the constitution in secondary school, make it a part of the subject, and get to bring people more aware of what's good about their rights, what they lead. And you see, the past generation used to tell the children, if you vote for a certain party, I don't want to hear it.
Correct.
I don't do
Yep.
that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that is what the program with. You see, look at Gordon Joseph. You see, his mom sent him Venezuela. And you know I know I take in sometime.
No, go ahead,
But look
man.
at
Go ahead,
Gordon.
man.
Look at Gordon Joseph. You see, his mom sent him Venezuela, right? Because she couldn't handle him here. But who wasn't power so that his mom was in a position to help him, and you see now he understand that and he help his kids, and his kids are very educated, so he don't care about the rest of the public. His family is good, but he don't know that when the crime rate is going out, the rate is going out. Now it's about 90 something murders, and every year goes by it gets worse and worse. Now it's beheaded and thing in Trinidad. Soon it will reach by everybody doorstep. It would not be safe. And no matter if you're in a comfort zone because they may have a little money and your children educated. But this society is where you belong. Where you go out the streets of shop, you go out the street. There's other kids who come out of school who come out to no subject. And if that is not bothering you, because those are the future who have to be in public service, who have to sell, who have to do this, who have to have the future generation. And if over 60% come out of the parcel, what society will have in the future? I understand, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. Fowler.
Right.
For me, there's some breaking news there. This is from thehill.com. Rubio says at least 300 foreign student visas have been revoked. Hear that? Rubio says at least 300 foreign students' visas have been revoked. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Thursday that at least 300 foreign students have had their visas revoked amidst the Trump administration immigration crackdown, a far higher number than was previously known. Maybe it might be more than 300 at this point, Rubio said at a press conference in Guyana when asked to confirm Axios reporting on the topic. Caller, welcome. Bitcoin, welcome.
Mr. Wall Street.
Welcome.
I kind of touching your meeting here tonight. Right?
Yeah. Say that again?
I see I'm glad he was touching on this Rubio meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. What happened? The Prime Minister touched down in Trinidad and gave a press conference. You will swear that
you know, he now coming to power and he negotiating everything. Once he was in power, he get through everything and everything honky dory in his country. I don't know what he trying to pull over people like, because I see the comments that after he made that conversation in that press conference, people very happy with what he was saying, but that could tell you how gullible people is in this country.
Correct.
Once Nicolas Maduro is in power, we ain't seeing no dragon gas deal or anything going through from there.
Correct.
I want you to look at that.
Correct.
But
correct.
you see, this man come with a foolish narrative saying, "Oh, it is not in jeopardy." He got the assurance from Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio come out and say that? That is your words. You coming out and paint that picture for the public here, right? To believe that nonsense talk. Once Trump and in power, he ain't not gonna have Maduro running a rough shot in that country and benefiting from anything here. We not getting that gas, we not tip. Mr. Maduro move out from in office in Venezuela, and that is the truth about it. But these people too gullible. You understand? If you see if you go watch the comment stream, everybody, well, I voting for that man. The man talking the truth, like Prime Minister material, all kind of foolish talk. This man went meeting the Bankers Association, talking about a hogwash about bringing down bank rates for service charge and all that. Where he was for the last 10 years, his government didn't see it fit to do that. His Minister of Finance talked that rubbish when he did not come into power. He didn't do one damn thing. Also, he talking about Forex. Oh, he want to know how people can get Forex, and he tried to do this and do. Listen to me, all you get one blasted tale about what Forex people are face down in this country, especially small man. Once them big conglomerates and these financiers and the party get the 2 cents and the shillings, them that's all them care about. They ain't care about no man in the damn street. Eh? What you trying to come and fool people with? And also you play up the way you go into football. Like I say, where you was before the football match?
Where you was?
He got him, yeah, he got in the mosque, you know. Where you was before that? He wasn't there with going all in these mosques. All of these things is just PR stunt. The man portrayed a PR stunt. That is what he fooling the people with. And they're buying it, you know. They're buying this foolishness. But if them feel their life going to be beneficial, what if he come back into power, they have a next thing coming to them, because all of these supposedly deals wouldn't come into fruition until 2027. I want to know how they're going to make up between 2026 and that time, because I know for a fact they have to start paying back all these debts that they incurred during the last few years, and I want to know how they're going to pay it back. They're gonna walk around that big scissors in Wall Street and start cutting everything left, right, and center. Yeah. And in public, they're gonna take that in their back pocket. Have a good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. That's all I'm asking, you know, Tommy. All I'm asking is that, have anyone seen Stuart Young at any kind of sports game in Trinidad and Tobago prior to that game? That's all I'm asking.
It's just politicking going on, man. You know that.
But Tommy, no. Listen to this, eh? Here what make me even more upset, eh? That a PNM like Gordon Joseph couldn't even get it right. He couldn't get it right.
Why are you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Why?
Because I thought he would have. I thought at least he would have used his PNM miseducation. His PNM education, and put it to use. I thought so, but it didn't help. But anyway,
still doing what he has to do, now.
Correct is right. Yeah. He has to do what he has to do. Yeah, he has to do. No, Tommy, he doesn't have to do that. No. He doesn't have to do it.
Well, given the position he's in and what he's looking for, he's doing what he believes is correct.
All right. Okay. I could buy that. I will buy that. Let me take this call. KFC, welcome.
Hi, the name is Washington. I think for the equivalent education. But Mr. Washington, you know, come out to the election time, the man showing the black conscious, you know.
Well, you walking all over the place. You walking all them.
You see the man.
Yeah, what it is, KFC.
You see the man already. Oh.
Listen to this. I want Stuart Young, Prime Minister Stuart Young, to go and walk in Westmoreland so they could show the people, all the black people voting for the PNM, how nice them have it. I want to go and walk in Goodwood Park, go and walk in Fairways, and show the people how good them have it. Show them people and them when you go up in Mova and you go up in Lavantie and go down Goodwood Park now. Hey, talking about balance. Let me talk balance now. Go down in good work and walk in good work.
Level the playing field.
Level the playing field. Go down and walk down there so people can see how nice them have it.
Remember that day you turn the block, you black man the block, so you go up and move and see you have plans to move on.
All of a sudden, yeah, he have plans. He sit on in the prime minister office for 9-10 years. He had no plans.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he had a vision. He had a vision overnight.
But he said them black supporters love another man and prison another man, right? And the black sister, they should show all that love. Something wrong with black people.
But KFC,
greens and all.
But KFC, I just said that. Here is next one on. Here is next one. The man put a man who get demoted to act as prime minister. Can you imagine that? You know, you see Penelope Beckles, Foster Cummins, and all of them, they should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed.
If you back took his face after.
Yeah, that man was the acting prime minister. Penelope Beckles and Foster Cummins and all, even Camille Regis Robinson, all of them, boy, all of them should go. You
know what they call that? Them is slave catchers, boy. Mr. Washington, them don't stand for black, them don't stand for the own at all by Mr. Washington.
Nothing. Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah. Nothing. Folks, you can listen to this, eh? Jamaica is being called a friend of United States. What to Trinidad and Tobago, boy? What happened? We not a friend of the United States either? Take a listen to this.
Gang member. We're going to kick you out.
Some strong words there from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on his state visit to Jamaica today, Wednesday, March 26. It's his first trip to the region since taking office, and he first met with Jamaica's Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, then later on met with a few other regional leaders, including the Prime Ministers of Barbados, Mia Mottley, and Trinidad and Tobago, Stuart Young. It seemed to be quite a cordial visit, however, between Jamaica's PM and the U.S. Secretary of State. While greeting him, Prime Minister Holness referred to him as his friend. Then later on, Rubio said,
I can think of no better friend in the Caribbean and frankly in the Western Hemisphere than Jamaica. And you
hear that? Tommy, you hear that?
I hear.
No better friend than Jamaica in the Western Hemisphere. Where that is a shot in the bow to Prime Minister Stuart Young. That is a shot. That is an indirect shot at them. He's a friend. COP, hold on. COP, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's continue.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Among the hot topics that both leaders disclosed that they discussed today include the war on transnational crime, trade, investment, tourism, and revisiting the travel advisories issued by the U.S., foreign aid from the U.S., China's presence in the region, Haiti, and more. Rubio also admitted the impact of guns coming in from the U.S. having on crime in the region, and even promised to help to stem the flow.
We've acknowledged this in our conversations that lead back to my time in the United States Senate. How many of the guns and the weapons that are being used by gangs to commit acts of violence here in Jamaica are purchased in the United States and then shipped here? And we want to commit to doing more to stopping that flow.
And when asked by a journalist about recent U.S. directives on engaging with Cuban medical personnel and the potential fallout that could affect nations, this is what he had to say.
This is not about doctors. This is not about the provision of medical assistance. We have no problem with medical assistance. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. They discussed this today about, following international labor standards and the like, but I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world. And how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid. In many other parts of the world, the doctors are not paid. You pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. They basically operate as forced labor.
Meanwhile, when asked about immigration concerns that some Jamaicans living in the U.S. may be having, this is what he had to say.
If you're a green card holder, you're not illegally in the United States. The president has said, and I don't know how anybody can disagree with this, every country in the world has immigration laws.
As for Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who was quite beaming, he declared that Rubio visiting Jamaica first in the region is big news.
Jamaica is deeply honored that you have chosen to visit us first on your official visit to the English-speaking Caribbean.
If you're a gang member, we're going to kick you out.
Some strong words there from U.S. Secretary.
So there you have it, folks. There you have it. There you have it. Yeah? Man going Jamaica first, boy. In Guyana now. COP call back. You think it easy? All you wake up, eh? Wake up. Yes, COP. COP inside.
Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Wall Street, the PNM just make it bad for Trinidad. Wall Street, 12 years ago, St. Vincent Prime Minister used to be in Trinidad. Jamaica Prime Minister used to be, Barbados Prime Minister. The Caribbean Prime Ministers and leaders is to be in Trinidad, eating and dining and things. When they want the weekend holiday and things, they used to be in Trinidad. Now they don't want to have nothing to do with Trinidad.
Nothing.
Nothing they don't want to have to do with Trinidad. And who bring it like that? Rowley, the PNM, and Stuart Young, arrogant, the bully small pen, Stuart Young, they bring it like that. What type of prime minister we have in this country will go to a football game to campaign? What type of prime minister will go to a football game to campaign, telling people to vote for PNM and make him the leader in a football match? You don't go to support the team. You go on there to campaign. You go in all in the people them washroom, all in the people them changing room, and all these kind of things. And the worst thing, you know, them have about 75 police officers securing this man. And Keith Rowley, about so much of police officers are there. What up? You don't feel safe in the country that you want to govern? Wall Street, why a prime minister will be going to a national football game and have to have so much of security and so much of police in plain clothes and things around him? You're not feeling safe? You feel the people that are going to harm you? I watch Stuart Young campaigning all in Tunapuna and things. The people them don't really want to meet Stuart Young. I see people winding up the glass when Stuart Young walk in the road. Not Stuart Young and in St. Joseph, not Tunapuna, St. Joseph this evening with the fat lady who used to be working on I watch George radio station. The fat lady used to be on a morning program. I forgot the name isn't called she. She and a Mike.
Democracy, that democracy program.
Hypocrisy.
Democracy. The democracy titans. Democracy titans.
No. Titan of hypocrisy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. Something like hypocrisy or something like that thing. But the fat. The arm like the neck and the belly like the back like the belly. Yeah. Some kind of thing. Telling the people and them, the PNM is the better choice. I just want to know what's wrong with these people and them. Under Stuart Young, you can remember Keith Rowley say, if we don't get through that gas deal, we cook.
Yep.
Wall Street, it is evidence and it is factual. Our country facing the worst recession in the history. We facing the worst recession. If we leave this People's National Movement, a party that don't really care about the vulnerable and the needy in this country, whenever you are to face a government that don't care about the vulnerable and the needy, well, see, that smell disaster.
Correct is right.
All our industries that run by taxpayers in this country. Dr. Rowley closed it down.
Yeah.
Dr. Rowley, them just boast that for the COVID, them has sent home one public servant. Them could not send home one public servant. Them could not send home nobody. Otherwise, they would have to pay them out. But they interfere with TSTT, the contracted workers and them, the steel workers and them, petroleum workers and them, TSTT workers and them, WASA workers and them. 100,000 people you ensure that not working in 10 years. So if we leave you over there for the next 5 years, you telling me the next 50,000 people going to go home? Well, let me tell you something. Kamala Prasad, the Cessa saying, in she first year is 50,000 jobs. What she tell Uncle Tony? Let me hear this dance you put up on the screen over there. Thank you.
Oh God. I'm gonna take this voice notes before we go.
Well, you see, I have made a commitment not to lie. Remember not to forget to remember that. I have made a commitment not to lie. So I'm going to come out there and say, well, the reason why he was there is extra. I don't know the reason why he was there. I know the reason why I was there. I know the reason why I was there, but I don't know the reason why he was there. So how I could tell you the reason why he's there? Suppose his wife tell him watch where's and he decide, boy, you don't know watch no where's now. I go in football, yes? The reason why he go football is not to support the team, it's to get away from your wife. Oh gosh, man, think now, man. That little thing, all you want to make a thing out of her, boy. And all you want, all the party to win this government. You see why all they hurting all the party, boy? All they hurting all the party, boy. Can't help them now. Gosh, man. Shake my teeth. I am asking is, what is the bloody relevance of if he was at a football game before, or if he was at any sporting game before? What is the relevance of that? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So isn't there a first time in anything? Gosh, boy, what hate will make a man do, boy? What?
There's a hole in the barrel, in the barrel, in the barrel.
There's only one person who gives voice notes.
There's a hole in the barrel, and it's you cause it. Because you've been digging so much in the barrel, digging down to the bottom of the barrel, the bottom get a hole now. Oh, go check yourself now, you're going to wreck yourself. Help you.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Florida. Mr. Florida.
Good evening again, Mr. Ansel, Mr. Tommy. I know you're going to play the video.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Ansel, Mr. Tommy. The video get distracted by that man, because let me tell you, simple things attract simple minds. So let me get on with business.
Yeah, man.
We'll call this.
Thanks. Yeah, Bizram, welcome. Bizram.
Yeah, but as a video, they will get chance you could take a look at it. I find it, the shows that they get bored, man. You playing too much about God. You playing too much about God, man. Other people get annoyed. Too much of time wasting with he. Yeah, but I don't know if your program can direct you how to run your program, but other people listening. And they get fed up. Just a word of advice I give you, right?
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah.
All right.
So Michael says Stuart Young went Jamaica to talk with the USA Secretary of State, but come back lying to the public about dragon gas, saying it's not dead. But both of them never talked about that. Oh God. Nadira, welcome. Good night, Professor Walls, Uncle Tommy, and everyone in the program. Semantic 62 says, I will make a pass back going for the question and answer across the road. Caribbean so say, I vex, I live in a PNM stronghold when the majority supports a party just to say we beat them. Yeah. So folks, we're going to take that break and we'll be right back after this. Stick and stay, don't go now. When we come back, we're going to play the video on the screen. All right. We'll be right back. Don't forget, subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. Share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, and you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509.
We'll be right back. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. We are now up to 12,602 subscribers. Right? So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We want to get to 15,000. So Tommy, I want to remind people that during the pandemic, that it was Stuart Young that locked out thousands and thousands and thousands of Trinidadians.
That's correct. That's how we got the show started.
Yes, WZYE. This is when we started to understand that the PNM don't like their own. However, the Prime Minister daughter and them was even to go to Trinidad, right? A few Stuart Young friends was able to come into Trinidad, but ordinary citizens, and plenty of them who were helped here at WZYE and Diana too as well, right? Because they were stranded and have a penny in the pocket. And Stuart Young was the mastermind behind the whole thing. Take a listen.
If you haven't re-registered, you're now illegal and subject to deportation.
Right. And Minister, the government
are you hearing, Tommy?
Did a fantastic job in trying to handle the pandemic.
Yes.
But it came at a cost. And the cost is for those nationals who are left outside of our borders. Why is it even at this time that the government has not changed its approach to treating with its own nationals to get them home?
What do you mean the government hasn't changed? That the borders continue to be closed?
The borders are closed, but I mean, if you recognize that the system can only hold, let's say, 150 people at a time, why not build out that system so that we can accommodate more nationals to come home? Because I'm trying to figure out what it must be like for a national being stuck anywhere where it doesn't want to be for that extended period of time. For a year.
Yeah, that? Anybody that want to be a place that they want to be for extended period of time. And we understand that. We knew that. You understand? Then that's when we started to realize that the government was not a people-centered government. And there was a government for their friends and family and finances. Let's continue to listen.
Or more, and for some people that's the reality.
Well, I am not certain for some people that's the reality. All right, as I've said repeatedly, there are categories of persons. Those who genuinely went away before March of last year and found themselves caught at the closure of a border, meaning they went for a few weeks vacation, etc. That's been cleared. What you now have are persons who are accustomed going away. So they will go away, visit family, spend 6 months or 8 months. Time to come home. That category of persons is being cleared. Let me tell you something, and I look at the statistics on a daily basis. I call for reports on a daily basis. Every single plane that leaves Trinidad, people leaving on it. So quite a lot of people who are outside now, nationals, are persons who've left within the last few weeks, the last few months, gone away, and now coming. I mean, I get some ridiculous, in my view. The borders are closed. We've asked persons stay in place. But you have a lot of persons, and these are not the ridiculous ones, who have green card issues. So they fly out for their green card. Of course, they want to turn around and come back home. I have had some persons say, well, look, I had vacation, so I went out, but my vacation ending next week. I need to come home. But okay, but hold on. What about those who went out for medical issues and have to come home? To answer your specific question, we have introduced more resources in the system, but you always have to count on, suppose now there's an outbreak, can our public health system or parallel public health system for COVID handle it? So if you have 600 persons who have come home to be quarantined, God forbid something breaks out, those 600 is a super variant, etc. Can that now move into, can those persons move into a public healthcare system, the parallel system, without collapsing it, understanding? I mean, right now we're seeing a little bit of an uptick with the numbers in the past few days, all right, of persons testing positive for COVID. So these are the balancing factors, and we're not unique in that. You look at what's going on in Australia, for example, the almighty Australia. They have a similar system, and it's the same type of strain. The difference is everybody coming home has to pay for quarantine. We still have state quarantine where some persons don't have to pay for it. But we've added on facilities where people can pay for quarantine, state supervised quarantine. We've expanded it, the flights have increased, etc. But you're also dealing with the danger of the various variants that exist out there.
I have spoken to people who have been outside and come back, and they say that the system that's in place is very cumbersome, it's very bureaucratic, it's very discouraging. It's almost as if the government doesn't want them to come back home.
Well, that's not true. And I mean, the online system is up and running now for the last few months. It's much more efficient. But the numbers you're still seeing, because a lot of those persons are persons on planes who jumped, left within the last few weeks, and now want to turn around and come home. So the clearance, as you're clearing, more being added to the line and the queue. And right now, it is a pillar of our COVID response and how we're dealing with COVID. That's why you see us still huge, what we're second largest Caribbean country at 1.4 million people, still have very low numbers compared to some of our CARICOM colleagues who keep saying, why you're not like country X, why you're not like country Y, their borders aren't, and you're seeing what is it. That is one of our pillars of how we respond to it, is keeping persons in Trinidad safe. As we said from day one, that was a priority for the government, and we continue to manage it. It's not something we want to be doing.
Minister, we are out of time, but I want to thank you so much for being with us on the Now Morning Show. And we look forward to this thing coming together so that we can start feeling safe. All right.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. We will not forget how Prime Minister Young treated Trinbagonians during the pandemic. We will not forget about that. Yeah, there's so many things we cannot forget about. Yeah? Tommy, that was an experience for all of us. All of us.
That trying times.
Trying times, a traumatic experience for all of us. I'm going to play some voice notes here.
Mr. Gordon Dry Gin, you say don't tell a lie, but you just did. The fact is that Mr. Stuart Young is not married. He has no wife. You understand? He has a mistress, but he has no wife, so you just tell a lie. So don't come and say you don't lie. You just lied.
Oh,
have a good day, Uncle Tommy, Mr. Wall Street.
Thank you very much. The man tell our next lie, but Lord have his mercy.
What that Indian Chinese man do God Joseph that God Joseph loved that man so much. God Joseph, the man didn't go to listen football or watch football. The man gone there to campaign. That's a PNM political meeting. He gone there with the nasty PNM attitude in the football.
Okay. So, my friend sent this. This is what I was saying about history. Any country USA visits, the neighbors need to know they should start wetting their house. You're not visiting Trinidad as a blessing in disguise. Their visit is only to bully you. History teaches what becomes of the U.S. best allies. Now, but they send a message to Trinidad, man. All they're dealing with Maduro, cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas. And Tommy, I wanted to read something about this fella says something about critical thinking. PNM Fox. Yeah? You know what? I should send him a dictionary, you know. This is what he says. In Trinidad and Tobago, critical thinking development is encouraged from the primary school level with the goal of fostering their skills through the education system, including secondary and tertiary education. The operative word, Tommy, think about this. Critical thinking development is encouraged. But do they actually do it?
Right.
It's encouraged. Do they actually do it? And that is what I'm talking to you all about. The miseducation of the PNM by certain people. And Fox and PNM Fox, he says he's an engineer, you know. He says he's an engineer. Sad boy. Caribbean Soul says, Walsh, what is your views on Stuart Young pushing up himself to work with every representative of his party and play the front man to get all the attention over the real representatives? But listen, the man, when you're trying to fool people, right? People who are very gullible, because when he goes into these constituencies, the only time them used to see Prime Minister Rowley is on the TV, you know. Right? So now, and you know the other thing, Tommy? I ain't gonna say this, but we have a kind of a thing when we see other people that kind of, you know, it is in America, Tommy, with us, and sometimes they see people that are little, you know, they kind of, you know, look up to them people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's like, wow, boy, Short Young in here, and then, yeah. All right, yeah, I'll go leave it there. Here we go again, Tommy. Here he goes again. PNM Fox, Stuart Young School, from St. Monica's Prep to St. Mary's, where you bullied Imran for 5 years. You left out that PNM Fox. Yes, from St. Monica's Prep to St. Mary's, where he bullied Imran Khan for 5 years. He was always involved in sports, competitively swimming, playing football and tennis. He got a black belt in karate at 13. Never a bookworm, but academically gifted. He was always in the top tier. Okay. And what does that say, Tommy? No, seriously, what does that say? Does that say he have been publicly in a cricket game? He went to cricket? Eh? This is not the first time the Soca Warriors playing. He was in the Prime Minister office. At least he could have gone with the Prime Minister when he went previously.
Mr. Worship.
Yeah.
And Uncle Tommy, it rests with Fox and Gordon Joseph and them, you know.
Boy, you think it easy?
So that they spending that Chinese man, right?
Boy, you think it easy? Man, come on, get Stuart Young School, you know, from St. Monica Prep to St. Mary's. Listen to this, All my years growing up in Chumakak, I don't ever think I saw one person going to St. Mary's, CIC, Fatima, QRC. I don't think I saw one person. PNM Fox and them. One. I never see one going to them school. Why PNM Fox? How come? We not no bright people in Chumaka, Clavantel? We not no bright people at KFC?
Yes, we are doctors and we become down there.
Correct. But I never see one. Why was that PNM Fox and Patty? Why?
Fox and Godzilla, they're nasty, wicked, heartless PNM, you know.
They don't like themselves.
They don't like their own.
They don't like. Dr. Claude Anderson say, any race, finish KFC. Go ahead, finish, sorry.
They different all kind of other race. Dr. Only the blackest prime minister to live is black at the bottom of the ladder for the last 9 years. No upliftment in the community. And then community tell black British just go to defend Short Young, who only grew up and kiss up and things and the final set up pants in bathroom and all kind of thing. But that was shit.
Yeah.
But for them wicked and evil, I pass with tongue today. I watching these schools and them in Europe and them. Piccadilly and them school and them thinking it. And them not fixing the school like again. It get more worse because it's like it get more worse, nasty and sting by and I'm depending evil and wickedness by. But I was it's really sad in this country, you know.
Think it easy? Yeah, man. Dr. Claude Anderson says, any race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Dr. Claude Anderson says, any race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressors. Many of them black PNM voters, they hate themselves. Because you cannot be being oppressed day after day after day and abused, and you continue to support that same party. Marcus Garvey said, any leadership that teaches you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you. That's what the PNM have done. They have enslaved their supporters. They know what? They wouldn't like to hear it. But it's the truth. Look, Tommy, how could PNM Fox go and do research to find out what school Short Young went to and what he did in school? You ever come here and put that for Fitzgerald Hines? You ever come and put everything for Penelope Beckers? You ever come and put anything for Foster Cummins? Well, look what you putting up. All them things. Well, something wrong. Something wrong. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Well, I'm going to add something there, Mr. Anson, real quick, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah.
It's funny how foxes that could go and research Stuart Young. When you can't research, 60% of them children who failing in school.
Correct.
Listening.
Yeah, man. Review the 30% of them. Review all the kids that look like you, PNM Fox, who's scoring below 30% now. And when the UNC in power, them kids just do better. The man, them just do better. Eh? All you know the facts are there. All they want to look, Piccadilly School, right? Close. St. Philip's, close. All of them school on them in the neighborhood. You know what's important, Tommy? In the places where we live, Tommy, kids can walk to school, right?
Yep.
That's what it is. Kids walk to their school. You know what the PNM did? The PNM took them from St. Philip's and them school and sell them all the way up in Belmont. That is wicked and evil. Eh? And them and PNM Fox going and do research for Stuart Young. PNM Fox, I saw you fall in, you know. What you say? Yeah, what you say, you know. You see, Tommy? You see, Tommy, when you don't listen, Tommy, I said, I have never seen a person out of Chumaka Clavantil that went to any one of them school. What does he say? You never see, but I knew people from Lavantel who went to Convent, QRC, CIC, and Fatima. Critical thinking skills is something, you know. Michael says, so read Mr. Rima and Slimy's PNM slave. They never even go around Balize house and search for food in the Balize husband. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! But Kamala is absolutely correct. Kamala is 100% correct. The East-West corridor is very educated, but it's what the PNM doing to them. She's correct. Thanks for letting me know that. It is what the PNM doing to them on the East-West corridor. They're oppressing them. They know which way to turn. What? Mr. Black people find this slave talk funny? I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? Tommy, what does that mean? Tommy, you know what I mean?
I don't know. She said, Mr. Black, people find the slave talk funny.
Who is that?
I don't know who's Mr. Black.
But no, she was talking about you. Mr. Tommy really sit there and allow that? Tommy, it's your fault.
Yeah. Tommy do.
Okay. Mr. Worship. I want Mr. Fox. Now, see my PNM Fox. Let me that could rap shit for me.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
PNM Fox, can you read out Miss Penelope Becker's sheet? Or read out she resume for Wina. Yeah. Patty says, Mr. Black Wall Street. See, Tommy? Look what Patty just proved again. Right? Look, she just proved what Dr. Claude Anderson says. Any race that teaches you to hate yourself and love the world is a race that will oppress you. Look at Patty. Patty and them happy being oppressed by the PNM, you know. Them have no problem, you know. All you have to understand that, you know. Yeah? But one day they got to wake up, you know. One day they got to wake up. They have to wake up, Tommy. They cannot continue in this slumber. I'm telling you all, they go wake up. They can't continue in this slumber, Tommy.
True.
Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Everybody on the line.
Evening.
I like Uncle. I like how Uncle T take a position there this evening. Yeah, he not beating up himself over nothing.
It makes sense not to.
It don't make sense. Yeah, I agree with you. It have plenty things that they put outside there, and all we dealing with is muzzle velocity right now.
Correct is right. Yes.
You see, them fellas are just pushing all kind of dotishness for we not to deal with the issues. The issue is
Instructions.
we have a CJ, right? That should have resigned already, but he's still holding on to his position. You understand?
The Learned Senior Council had a press conference today and that. Did you see the press conference? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a snippet of it. I wasn't bothering with them for that. Because I fed up. It have this fella, the so-called prime minister, the anointed one. He said I told the man I do nothing wrong. You understand? He minister and do nothing wrong. So he could stay there. So it's all right to go and break the law, right? And don't do certain things. But it seems as though it's only when PNM do these kind of things. It's acceptable. If was the UNC, the tongue the bondong already.
Correct is right.
You understand? But I ain't really worried about them kind of thing. You know, it is I worried about. If this thing continue within the next 2 years, we will be worse off than Haiti.
You know, Mr. Intellectual, I never used to believe that. And a fellow by the name of Albert Montano used to tell we that, Tommy.
Yep.
And we didn't want to believe him. And it appears that Albert Montano was right all along, you know.
He always says that.
He always said that, you know, right here on this program, right? When we had 3 viewers, he used to come and say. And we used to disagree with him. Ouch! Yeah, we used to disagree with him, you know. You understand? Go ahead, Mr. Intellectual.
Yeah. One of the things that I am very concerned about is that why it made me think that way is from what the so-called prime minister said today in the post cabinet meeting, right? The way how we put this thing across, that he was so good with Marco Rubio and this kind of thing. I want to know if something hit me on my forehead and this bump just continue to grow because I have a bump on my forehead, you know. And I feel well like I get a second lash away. And I get a little more, it get a little bigger, so I can't think correctly. You understand?
Yeah.
Anybody who have a function of sense could recognize that the man lying through his teeth.
Lying, right?
Anybody, you hear what the lady said about the prime minister Jamaica and the Secretary of State, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He mentioned nothing about Trinidad and Tobago.
Nothing.
You understand? He mentioned nothing about Venezuela. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to tell us something. And when Mr. Young come out and talk, he mentioned nothing about the dragon. You know, it's only when the reporters and them ask him question, he said that big deal and all this kind of stupidness. But I telling you, if we continue like this, we won't country to save again. You know. We would have to find a paddle and ride down the Caroni and go end up in the sea or some kind of thing because it ain't making sense. I cannot see how people cannot understand that this foolishness is not making any sense. It's not getting us anywhere, and we just sit down in this quagmire.
Correct.
How can we continue with this madness?
Mm-hmm.
God alone knows. And there are people supporting that, you know.
Fully. They're supporting it fully. Mm-hmm.
So my thing is that these people and them want this country to be destroyed.
You think
Anyhow,
it's easy?
I think I take up enough time.
Yeah, man.
Gentlemen, have a blessed evening. I'll listen
Bless.
while
Same to you.
I
you.
hear the madness taking place. Bless you.
Thank you. So, folks, Tommy, this issue kind of hurt me hard, boy. This issue here with Adrian Leon.
Sad.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a sad issue, man. It's a sad issue. And you will think that he was more intelligent than that. I'll put it that way. You know, and he didn't dot his I and cross his T's before he did anything like that. And the thing about it, Tommy, the other part of it is that he never reported that to the Integrity Commission.
Sad also. That was unfortunate.
You know, I mean, it was. But P.S. Robinson, who is I think he's a sort of a P&M activist too, but he seemed to bring the facts. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Adrian Leon's lied to Prime Minister Young, lies, damned, blasted lies. An opinion by Pierce Robinson. Adrian Leon, a sitting government minister, misled Stuart Young about the true nature of his business. He claimed to have started a construction and engineering company, yet publicly available records in the United Kingdom tell a very different story. He must go or be fired immediately. 444 Logistics Limited, the company Leon's co-founded, is registered under SIC code 52290, which is classified as transportation support activities. This covers freight forwarding, customs brokerage, shipping agency services, and cargo handling, none of which relate to construction or engineering. This discrepancy is a major red flag. Either Leonce deliberately misled the Prime Minister and the public, or he failed to understand the basic function of the company he founded. Both scenarios are deeply troubling and both raise questions about his competence, integrity, and suitability to hold public office, particularly as Minister of Housing. If Leonce's true intention was to bring foreign currency into Trinidad and Tobago, why the secrecy? Why did he misrepresent the nature of the business? And what exactly was he planning to ship? The timing also raises questions. After resigning from his role as an MP for personal reasons, he quickly re-entered public office while maintaining ties to a business that appears far removed from what he claimed. This raises serious concerns about conflicts of interest and the potential misuse of political power for personal gain. This is not just a misstep, it's a matter of public trust. Adrian Leonce must be fully transparent about his business activities, and a full investigation is needed to uncover the truth behind his motives.
You know, Tommy, it's really sad, man.
Yeah.
It's really sad. You know, I don't know. Well, listen to this one. Listen. You, Tommy, you want to read that on the screen?
Was my contract, was any contract received and profit shared by Adrian?
Okay. For some worse, I sense the urgency and frustration in you at times. You haven't recently been awakened. I'll have you know this is going to be a long journey. Pace yourself. Oh God. You know, um, Patty says all the word drag Adrian, but leaving Lee life was an AMBD man. You are do hear them doing Indian people that no, I do hear us doing that. You allow people to come here and use respectful terms about black people who don't agree with your political position. I don't know what you're talking about, no? Wall Street, you're fake. I think I think I showed that already.
I feel sorry for Adrian. You know, he's my brethren.
Say that again?
I said, I feel sorry for Adrian. He's my brethren.
Say that again, Tommy.
I said, I feel sorry for Adrian. He's
Yeah.
my
I mean, you're going to get caught up in that, man. Oh, you're going to allow yourself to get caught up in that, something like that. I mean, there had to be some good in the PNM. There had to be some good. And I think what happened to Adrian, he took away all the good that was left in the PNM. Yeah. But Tommy, did you hear about the social media influencer who poop in the cemetery?
No, which cemetery?
Oh God, Tommy, you didn't hear about that? She was in Trinidad for carnival. And then she came on and tell people she had to take a little poop. And she went in the cemetery to take a poop. And she made a statement, and then she had us to take back a statement because there was an uproar over her statement that she made on TikTok. You understand? Let me show you all this. So, folks, we have this social media influencer who went to Trinidad for carnival, and she had to take a little poop now, and she ran in a cemetery, and had to relieve herself. So take a listen.
This year is my first time playing Trinidad Carnival, and here's my honest review. So I didn't really know what to expect, but this is the first time in costume. I would say don't get lost and don't leave your band behind, because to find the band again is so much work. Like, OMG. And if you can hold your pee and number two for as long as possible, that would be the best thing to do, because when I tell you, I literally had to poop on someone's grave at one point because the party was really going on. There was literally nowhere else to go. And I
Oh my goodness. She got in to get and tell.
Tommy, just imagine you admitting pooping on somebody's grave.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, come on. Right? Why you have to go to social media to tell people that? Why she can leave that out? And when she get backlash, you go here, she. Let's continue to listen.
I had to go. So I literally had to crawl in a freaking grave crypt to like go number two, because I didn't know what else to do. Like, I was literally stuck in the middle of the road with thousands of people everywhere. That was the only privacy I got, really. Stay hydrated because it is really hot and you don't want to pass out. Literally, this band had a couple of maxis with AC that would like, you know, you could sit and rest for a little bit, but then you know, the point is to be on the road. So you like go back on the road. I only was in there for like 10 minutes. But girls, like I saw some girls in there for like the whole day. And I feel like that just decreases your experience. Like you want to be able to say that you actually march, you know, so definitely march, but stay hydrated. Highly recommend that you stay for the after party because I got to see Lady Lava perform live, and I love her. She's
all
my
right,
favorite.
let's fast forward
And
this
a
to
lot
see.
of people,
Hold on,
it's really fun and amazing. I highly recommend. Let me know if you want more carnival tips. So I made a video yesterday talking about my first time as a masquerader in Trinidad Carnival, and I want to clarify some things. I've seen the posts, I've seen the comments. I know you guys are like, what the? So let me explain something. First of all, I never desecrated, disrespected, or did number two on anyone's personal grave site, burial site with that tombstone, all of that. That did not happen. I should have been more clear in my other video. I was not giving context or details of what was going on. So I'm here to do that today. Before I left my house, I went to the bathroom. Then I had to be at mass camp at 7 a.m. Got there, ate doubles. Maybe not the best choice, but I have to go number two by 10 a.m. I'm ready for the road. I got my drink in hands. We're going down. I'm like feeling good. Then I was looking for the washroom trucks that they have in the van. So I go, and the stall that I personally went in was full to like almost touching the seat of other people's waist. And I didn't want to squat over it because I felt like if I squat over it, I was like, oh my gosh, I might touch someone else's stuff. So I'm like, you know what? It's still early. I can hold it. Let me just go back on the road and then hopefully find a restaurant or a business or somewhere that I can use the restroom. So I'm in the crowd, having a good time, listening to music, whining, dancing. This is my first time out here. And so I'm holding this in from quite morning time. And I get to a point where I have lost track of time and I forget that I have to go. And I had a full breakfast, then we had a full lunch, and I didn't stop to think, it's been a few hours. I've been holding this in all day. This is getting dire. I do need to find a restroom. Obviously, I would make different choices next time, but I'm new here, guys. Like, I just got here. It's my very first time doing an experience like that, playing mask in full costume in the carnival. I was by myself in the middle of Port of Spain. I was not with any friends, anyone to help or guide me. I was not with anyone that could steer me in the right direction and kind of like take care of me and help me out. I'm figuring this out on my own as a first-time masquerader in a new country by myself. I wouldn't wish this experience on anybody, and I hope that other people wouldn't find themselves in an emergency situation like I did, but this is just my truth and this is what happened. So it's nearing 6 p.m. and I have been holding it in the whole entire day. Before I could really think about it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, my stomach is rumbling, like I've got to go. So I start looking around, okay, where are the washroom trucks? I'm in the front of the band. The washroom trucks are at the very ends, like, so it's like super far away at that moment. And also I'm looking for like stores, restaurants, anywhere on that street. I'm surrounded by thousands of masqueraders and I'm not seeing any businesses. Then I look around and see a bunch of masqueraders going into a graveyard, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe there's a bathroom there. I see a whole set of them. So I follow them in. Initially, that's what I thought, there's a bathroom there. I followed them in and I realized there is no bathroom. Everyone is just squatting around the sides, like where the wall is, like where there's like little bush and trees around there, squatting there to do their business. I'm like, dang, like I don't want to do this. I'm in an emergency situation. I'm literally about to poop my costume and poop my pants. Like I gotta do something. So also when you go into this graveyard, you have to walk down, and in the back, in the middle is where all the people are laid to rest. All the tombstones, all the people laid to rest. We were nowhere near that area. I did not walk on anybody's grave. There's like little bushes and a little wall at the very edge on the outside that people were squatting down to do their business. So no graves were disturbed or touched. Nobody was walking on people's personal burial sites. Obviously, we're in a similar situation to me. So they're in there doing their business, and I'm like, I gotta go like immediately right now. So I found like a little wall with like a little shrub of grass bush area, and then I squatted to do my business. I wouldn't wish this on anyone else, and my purpose and intention in sharing that story yesterday was to hopefully help future masqueraders who are coming down for the first time for Trinidad Carnival to understand and better prepare what situations you might find yourself in. I never thought I'd find myself in an emergency situation like that. Typically, I'm able to hold my stool. I'm able to hold it in. But at that moment, like I said, after holding for the whole day and then I'm dancing, I'm
All
whining.
right, Tommy. All right. Social media influencer, please. Tommy, Trinidad is a really a free place, you know. So it was in the front of the barn, and the toilet was all the way. So yeah, what happened there? She was on Frederick Street, and the toilet was up by the Savannah. She was down by in Frederick Street and Independence Square, and the toilet was up by the Savannah. And you hold that all morning, Tommy. You hold that all morning. Miss me, lady. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, Next time before she come carnival, she go in the gym too, sir. As per I hear.
Oh God.
How you go to play carnival and you sit down and eat in a mega meal?
Oh God.
and for being a big influencer, guys, when you come and message you will leave about your life because you wanted to poop.
Yeah, you come on TikTok and leading thing about you have to poop and you went to
In a cemetery.
Yeah. I mean,
yes, Mr. Tommy.
Oh God. Nah.
Anything for clout. You see, that's the way social media get now. You always look to create some new idea, new problem in order to get views and in order to people to watch that.
Correct.
Think about it. You as an influencer, come on social media for people to watch it all over the world to say you wanted to go and bust a poop and you have to go in a graveyard. That's not good for your brand.
She's now the pooping influencer.
But
Yeah.
And I'm sure she could have get 1 million views for that.
Why? The pooping influencer.
Yeah.
Remember kitchen had a calypso about talk about run and I the bust my head.
Yeah. What's the name of that song?
I go say the run, my pal. Come let me play a game of card.
Yeah, I go look for that one. You go play that one. Yeah, KFC. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Tommy, and listen to this one. Why you have to play the video on this show? Listen to him. Eh? Look. What's the name of that kitchen or song? Anybody know the name of that song?
What's that song again, boy?
Walls, I heard people on a radio station bawling whole night. 2015 that we have to take back. Oh, Bees Calypso? Is that what it is?
No. That killer bees. We talking about the one where he's singing about
Bijram. No, that not Bees, man.
Love in the Cemetery. Love in the Cemetery. That's the name of it.
Bees. Love in the cemetery.
Love in the Cemetery?
Yeah.
I get up with a zoom.
All right.
Bees.
Let me look for
Bees
that one.
attack it. Check it.
All right, let me check it.
Yeah.
Love in the Cemetery.
Yeah, Kitchener. Let me see if we get that one. Kitchener, Love in the Cemetery. Kitchener, Love in the Cemetery. There we go. Kitchener, Love in the Cemetery. All right, look at here. Love in the Cemetery. Hold on, we go play that one. We go play that one, Tommy. One, the pooping in social media influencer, boy. Come all the way down to Trinidad to poop. You holding that thing since morning, boy. You have to be real good, you know. She's our boss. And the explanation she get it, Tommy? Nah. She ought to come better than that. Come better than that, lady. All right, here we go. Yeah, boy. Yeah, she get up with a zoom, 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 boy, Tommy. Yeah.
You love any cemetery.
Love any cemetery. Volsang say now I have to go to bed with this on my mind. Scary. You know what? You know what I'm saying? She went up again. She says there was no. She went up in the wall and there was some grass. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Okay. Young lady says, "Do you know who was John Craig? He was as intelligent as Eric Williams and lived in Chumaca. He was also the writer of the Portrait of Trinidad. Unfortunately, he was homeless, almost vagrant-like." Nah, I didn't know who John Craig was. Now, you ever heard about John Craig, Tommy?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
I know who John Craig was. Now, let me play this voice note.
Good day again, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. I see a so-called activist, right? I don't know if you're talking for the PNM or what. But you come out with the statistics, just like how you coming out with it. You say the reason why crime on the rise, right, is that UNC does pay criminals to conduct crime and kill people and do the murders and all these other things. You say UNC businessmen is be doing that, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know why these same UNC businessmen will be getting the same results and all them to be affected by the crime too.
Correct is
I
right.
those are the same criminals that come and attack them. And
Yeah.
them pay the criminals to do crime. They pay the criminals to attack them one another them.
Propaganda.
IC case. It's the same thing you can say about the children failing. The UNC that pay the children to fail, right? They just had the children to fail under the PNM, and when they come back in power, they just make them do well. All these people can buy these kind of stupid narratives, right? Eh? Crime is a business. These criminals gang running in this country is under most of the PNM constituencies, right? And them don't care what party card you have. Once them come to rob you, like the robber man this week they home invade the man, for a car, shoot the man son and kill him. You think them asking what party card the man have? Eh? It's a poor man they come to rob and they kill the man's son. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Folks, start putting your closing comments in the chat and send your closing voice notes. Put your closing quote in the chat and send your closing voice notes. Take a listen to this before we go, folks.
And there was a moment in time a couple months ago, you all remember the story in Trinidad and Tobago was pothole, pothole, pothole. Where's that story today?
Don't remember that in Trinidad? Oh God, you talk pothole, pothole, pothole. Yeah.
Where's that story today?
Yeah, I get you. I get you good. I get you real good. I get you real. That is performance PNM style. Performance PNM style.
And there was a moment in time a couple months ago, you all remember the story in Trinidad and Tobago was pothole, pothole, pothole. Where's that story today?
Yeah, I get you. I get you good. I get you real good. I get you real. That is performance PNM style.
Tommy, do we have them type of potholes here in the US? Have you ever had the distinction of going down in a pothole like that?
Nope.
Okay. Wall Street, I now finished watching Kamala. She knows nothing about the Trinidad energy sector. How could she know nothing? And she's the prime minister, boy. Yeah. Oh, Tommy, how could someone have been the former prime minister and don't know about the energy sector?
I mean, I wouldn't hold her feet to the fire for all the details of it, but she has to have a general idea as to what's going on.
She must have a general idea.
When it comes to these specifics, you'll want the experts to advise you.
Yeah, I mean, you must have experts. Boy.
Listen, man, it's just a lot of propaganda that's going to be taking place with the sycophants.
Mm. Yeah, let me get this last video here before we go. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Anthony. So, you might answer Fox's well, the scammer not as good as Rowley and Stuart Young. You remember when NGC and them was in the loss for the first time when we 3-1, and then all the big men and them in NGC had to get indemnity? Yeah, the scammer not good like Stuart Young and for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look honestly.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, take a listen to this before we go. Take a listen to this.
When the PNM come to you and they come on your doorstep and at your gate and they call upon you and they're asking you and they're asking for your vote and they're making you promises, the one question you have to ask them is, you had 10 years, why you didn't do it? You had 10 years, why you didn't do it? They are talking about changes to the education system. You had 10 years, why you didn't do it? They are talking about new strategies to fight crime. You had 10 years, why you didn't do it? They are talking about diversification of the economy. You had 10 years, but you put all our hopes and dreams and all of our potential for economic prosperity in one basket called Dragon Gap, and now the basket breaking. You come to tell us about diversification again. You had 10 years, why you didn't do it?
Why didn't you do it? You had 10 years. Why didn't you do it? 10 years. And then you want to come and try to fool people now? Yeah? Yeah? Please.
What do you think about Kizell Jackson, boy? I hear you. Even there's so many detractors and distractions going on.
Yeah.
And right now you have Michaela Pandey stirring it up.
Yeah,
So many non-starters.
Non-starters. Correct is right. Non-starters. America has potholes with some estimates suggesting there are 55 million across the country. And potholes are a significant problem, especially in cities during winter months. You know, Tommy, it's interesting that he says this, and I folks, I don't want to, but it just shows you the miseducation of the followers of the PNM. Tommy, if we have a pothole here due to snow, how long does our pothole last?
As soon as the snow is over, it's fixed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. That is the difference, you know. He doesn't understand the difference, you know. Right? He does just, you know, the sad thing with he does just cut and paste, you know. Cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. Think about it before you paste it.
You see, the thing is that Trinidad has a pitch lake. And that same pitch from Trinidad winds up here in America to fix American roads.
Hello?
Why can't?
Yep.
Why can't we use our pitch to make sure that our roads are in great shape?
If this PNM government was truly innovative and truly wanted the best for the country, the first thing they would have done, one of the first things they would have done, is to diversify the economy. First thing. Second thing they would not have done is to close down Petrochin. That's the second thing. And we could go on and on and on and on. Yeah? But they don't have no innovative bone in their body. None. None. And here's the homework, Here's the homework. I want anybody to bring one innovative idea that has brought by the PNM to the people of Trinidad and Tobago over the last 10 years. One innovative idea. Don't come with no agriculture. I want an innovative idea. And if it's a PNM person, go to Google and Google what innovation means before you come. Okay? All right? Tommy is your friend again. Look, Richie coming there.
A second.
Yeah. You see, Tommy?
Good fix word.
Tommy, you see what we're talking about? You see exactly what I'm talking about? Look what Patty put up.
Whatever else you need, you will get it.
Pitch alone could fix road. We have pitch, and our roads are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm going to play a voice note before we go.
Good night again, Mr. Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. That's why they're buying all that narrative from Young today. When he come off the plane and he see the dragon gas is still in play, he could fool them with old talk and foolishness. Kevin Ramnaran is the best energy minister we ever had in this country, you understand? He just outlined and give you the statistics on everything energy related. So what Kamala had to do, all she had to do is follow what the energy minister say. Is he's the man in charge. That is the man field. He's an expert in that, right?
Yep, and he knew energy better than Young.
She was at tall.
That's right.
Out of that. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Yeah. And
you're really right.
Hold on to
That's
me.
what everybody should be asking them. You had 10 years. Why you didn't do it? You don't care fool people with foolish talk. All he doing is coming after that rhetoric and after that old talk. None of them come into fruition. He living up to the PNM mantra. PNM, promises never materialize. It didn't materialize for the last 10 years, and I think will materialize for the next 5 years. The only thing materializing is money in them fellas' pocket and the friends and financiers who are the feeding trough. While these little plebs and these little political slaves run around the place to vote for a party to get nothing more than tax, tax, tax.
Yeah. Tax in your question. Tax. Folks, will be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube, and share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. And keep our number close to you, 973-868-1444, 973-868-1444.
Also 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. And as Wall Street said, share the live. Share the live.
Tommy, just before we go, right, I wanted to play this video here. It's only 2 minutes. It is Mark Bassan receiving a threat for his investigative report. Right? So it ain't easy. You know what I mean?
True.
He's being threatened because he did an investigative report exposing what happened. And now I guess he got to flee the country again. Take a quick listen. Let me get rid of that there.
Death threat for Mark Bassant over investigative report. Senior multimedia investigative journalist and producer for CCN TV6 and The Express, Mark Bassant, has reported receiving a threatening message after his recent investigative story, which has sparked concern over his safety. The threat, which included a chilling comment alluding to when he would be gone, was reportedly sent to him just before he left the office on Wednesday. The message read, "I hope the money you get for the so-called exclusive can support the family when you're gone." Basant, who has been threatened in the past due to his investigative work, immediately took action. He contacted law enforcement within 10 minutes of receiving the threat, filing a report with the police and notifying the cyber unit. He also contacted the acting commissioner of police, Junior Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin requested I make a report at CPS in Port of Spain, and I did so within 10 minutes of receiving that perceived threat. The police services cyber unit was made aware of it, Basant said. Authorities are currently investigating the incident. In response to the threat, Basant assured that he would not allow it to interfere with his work. "I continue to work without fear, and I will not let it deter me," he said, emphasizing that threats will not stop him from doing his job. He also mentioned that he had already taken necessary precautions, including adjusting his movements for safety. Things have been put in place in the interim, I cannot say what, but several persons have been notified about the alleged threat and are working as best as they can to mitigate any fallouts, he added. Basant's resilience underscores his commitment to his role as a journalist. "I have a job to do, and our job is an onerous one at times, but a free media is extremely important in a democratic society," he stated. "I will continue to be diligent in the best way I report." Basant's statement also highlighted the significance of maintaining objectivity and fairness in his reporting. Despite the threats, he emphasized his dedication to providing accurate and unbiased news coverage. "Fair and objective in what we do, and even in this particular circumstance, we'll continue to be diligent in the best we report," he concluded. Authorities are currently working to address the threat and ensure Basant's safety while the investigation is ongoing. Death threat?
Tommy, you think it easy?
Yep.
It ain't easy, you know. So, folks, let me give my closing quote. Semantic 62 say he must have sent that to himself. Oh, God. All the good.
Good morning, God. Today is Thursday, Father, March 27th. With a heart full of recognition and gratitude, I begin this day acknowledging the precious gift of life, your immeasurable faithfulness, and your infinite love. Each new dawn is a new chapter written by you, a chance to start over, learn, and grow. So I entrust my Thursday into your hands, trusting that you guide every step I take. Lord, strengthen my heart and mind, granting me wisdom to face the challenges, patience to wait for your timing, and faith to rest in your plans. Renew my strength and envelop my being with your peace that calms every storm. Bless my family, my work, and all the people I encounter along the way. May I be an instrument of your love and a channel of your light. May this day be filled with learning, overcoming, and moments of communion with you. May nothing pull me away from your presence, and may I feel your loving care in every detail. In Jesus' name, amen.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances will determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
My first is from Albert Camus, and it says, "Real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present." Real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present. Like I always say, you, Mr. or lady in the mirror, you have to become that change you want to see. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on the person unless you're giving them a hand up. I'd like to say to each and every one of you out there, be careful, especially you, Mr. Mark Basant. You be careful too. Love you all. See you on Sunday on our political platform. Good night.
Thank you.
My closing comments. I could hear PNM people saying, when the UNC come and ask for a vote, ask them, what have you done in the last 10 years to make me comfortable to vote for you, having not voted for you on the last 2 occasions? What have you done to convince me? Because I am still seeing people who are before the courts on serious charges, as much as $1 million. You know how much is $1 million? If you go to check single dollars, $1 million, how much hours you will take to count that? Right, to tell you how serious the charge is. All right? And to show that these people have no substance to deal with. I mean, we're on an election street. We are on the election street. Just now we will reach the junction, and nothing coming up about what good for the people, what could help the people, suggestions for opposition, suggestions for government, nothing. But Stuart Young at a football game, and one of them say what? He was celebrating and he almost fall down. So I said, I had to see this video. Almost fall down. And when I watching to see where the almost fall down is, and then I realized, oh, I now remember, yeah, that's how they do things. There's always take out a context, like saying, yeah, he don't use Google. He say he don't use Google, which is totally untrue. Totally untrue. But that's not the only untrue about what was said about him, because the Chuma can say that he lying, and I will bring the truth to show that he lying, and I'm still waiting on the truth, and I know it's not I alone. Even your own partner, he made a promise and a commitment that if Trump win, what he will do. That I made a mistake there, and I apologizing for it. Right? The man is not married, and from all appearances, he don't have a wife. So I am apologizing for that. Okay? Because you know I will never lie, but I might make a mistake. Okay? Good night. Here we go again, and we're still waiting for truth.
Oh God. Oh God. Let me get an closing note.
Yeah, right, Uncle Tommy and Mr. Wall Street. This country should have been diversified years ago. If you look at all these oil-rich countries, Norway, all these Qatar and all these other different people, they have a revenue and stabilization fund they put up there from the time oil money started flowing to the country. It going into a fund so that the future of the country will benefit. We didn't do that. We never thought it right to save for the rainy day. Look, the rainy day coming on. No kind of thing happening here. All we have is a measly $5 billion, how much that Mr. Pandey and Martin put in there, right? If it was for them, all that money done already. It gone like a dose of salt, right? You can imagine if we were saving from way back when to now, what kind of revenue would I have there? What kind of money would I have in a stabilization fund? Huh? It would have been the billions, but we never had the foresight under the PNM. All them just do is squander, and nothing to show for it.
Mr. Kawe, why
Right?
should have you?
That will the future have to get, debt and more debt.
Okay, last voice note.
Hey, good night, Mr. Hanson. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night to all the callers, all the texters, everybody. Be safe. Till we meet Sunday, all your family be protected by the grace of God. And we'll meet Sunday. Mr. Hanson and Mr. Tommy, you know what it seems between PNM ministers and PNM supporters? Anytime them get a bright idea, they go to the store in Trinidad.
Thank you. Okay. Closing comment. PNM Fox's closing comment. Ramnarayan also said she never intervened in his Ministry of Energy over 5 years, 3 months, and 14 days. Mean Gene closing comment. At the beginning of the year, I said, I hope we have a great show. Tonight is the end. Tonight in the end, far from it. I read that already. Semantic 62 closing comment. A lie does not become the truth. Wrong does not become right, and evil does not become good just because the majority accept it. Mr. Intellectual closing comment. The house slaves never escaped the plantocracy, all because they have become comfortable with slavery that they can't afford to give it up. Freedom becomes absence to them. Okay.
Becomes obscene.
Oh, becomes obscene? Okay. I ain't seen no more comment now. Okay, let me see if this is one here. Semantics, our closing comment was a thesis. So, folks, we are out of here. We see you. See you on Sunday. Sunday talk. Let's talk politics. We out of here. Bye bye.
Mr. Kawe, why should everybody support you as the next political leader of the PNM and by extension the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? Hold on, boss. Hold on. You could talk English?
Yes. Everything is being camera. The PM is not doing nothing for this country. All your schools not completed. Look at the potholes. Look at crime situation. Vote for me, Kawe, for a better country.
This is a song about a man named Kawe from way down in South. This fella called Kawe from way down in South. Kawe is a fella the people talking about. Now he joined the PNM, they love him all the way. But all them in the PNM supporting Kawe. Rowdy for Kawe, different for Kawe, struck for Kawe, fire for Kawe. Listen what I say, the whole of the PNM for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Hey. Hey, yo. Kawe is the real man. Kawe have a plan with foresight and dedication to uplift the nation. Everybody calling him by name, and all them in the PNM writing him for fame. Come in for Kawe, Kola for Kawe, Shafa for Kawe, Mali for Kawe. Listen to what I say. The whole PNM Women League for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Hey. People up in the beat, all them love Kawe bad. They want to make water and run them out of the yard. People up in Lavanti, they want a new MP. And Kawe is the man, nobody better than he. Fitzgerald for Kawe, Franklin for Kawe, Dylan for Kawe, Coffee for Kawe. Listen to what I say. PNM executive for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Whee! Why, boy? Whee! Even the 1%, all them for Kawe. All them better to vote him on the election day. I will tell you something that will make you ball. Even Mr. Sakmarat for Kawe and all. Rohan for Kawe, Terrence for Kawe, Clarence for Kawe, Garcia for Kawe. Listen what I say. The whole PNM Youth League for Kawe, for Kawe, for Kawe. Yes, for Kawe. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Stand away. Stand away.
Forget who give out your numbers, boy. Time to fix the problems in the country.